the way the driver should react, the housing that the driver sits in. They feel comfortable on your head. They're not too heavy. You know, they did a good job. It's a good company.
Whether you are a professional, audiophile, or just someone who appreciates the best audio quality, this is the show for you. This is Austrian Audio Backstage.
Hello everybody, my name is Martin Seidl. I'm CEO of Austrian Audio. I really appreciate you taking the time to visit us here in our headquarters in Vienna. So let me take you a little bit backstage and show you around. But before we get started, please subscribe to our channel. Give us a thumbs up and ring the notification bell below. We have just launched our new headphone product, the HiX65 with an open back, as you can see here and here. Today I want to give you a peek behind the curtains, what we do here in Vienna, to make sure you get the greatest product in your hand. We manufacture, we design, we assemble, and of course we quality test it here in-house. So here it is. Let me tell you a little bit about the key features. Let's start with the heart of them, our high excursion drivers. It's 44 millimeter. It's a proprietary design to give you a lot of detailed low end. Of course, it comes with a lot of professional features, like a detachable cable for easy remove and using the shorter or the longer cable, which are both in the package. Also, of course, all the cushions are made of a very slow retaining memory foam, so that they sit comfortable on your head. And you don't sweat, and it's an easy, long wearing time with them. Of course, all the mechanics and all the rugged parts are made of metal, so there is no heavy carrying load on any of the plastic parts of here. So you have the headband made of metal, the hinge bars made of metal, and all the heavy load carrying pieces. It's a foldable design, so you can easily take it with you, and still, I can definitely assure you it's very rugged design. For hygienic or cleaning purpose, you can remove the ear cushions, but you also can easily remove the headband cushion and replace it with new ones at a time. You may know the HiX55, which is the closed back headphone from Austrian Audio. Now, the HiX65 may look pretty similar, but the construction, the open construction, is pretty different. It starts with the open head cushions. It goes to the back plate, which is an open design where the drivers are mounted. And of course, the rear side of the headphone is completely open design. That gives you a very spacious and a very open sound. So what comes in the box? You get, of course, your HiX65. There are two cables in the box, a 1.2 meter for using at the desktop or at the mixing desk, and a 3 meter long cable for a studio use. Also, there is a pouch in the box, so if you want to take your headphone with you, you can fold it, put it in the pouch, and there's room for the cables as well. And last not least, it comes in this very nice box where you have this Velcro closing your box, which you can take off and use it for your cables to tie them together. But let's stop talking and see the action. So come with me to the manufacturing site and I'll show you around. Okay guys, here we are. Here we are in the assembly room of the HiX65, where some of the magic happens. Now, we are wearing headphones on a daily basis, but probably don't think how sophisticated and complex such a headphone is. More than 100 parts get integrated seamlessly into the construction so that the whole thing works seamlessly and perfect. Let's start with the single parts. Our proprietary high excursion driver design helps us to keep the driver size a little bit smaller, but it increases the excursion of the driver substantially. That way we move a lot of air and can reach very low frequencies, so it plays from 5 Hz onwards. Before they get built into the headphone, they get tested. They get tortured for a lot of hours, so we see there is no distortion and that it works to the specifications. Then, of course, a HiX65 gets measured on the constraints of the headbands. We bend this head bow, I think it's 30,000 times, to see that it will not break even in heavy usage over time. The same happens with the cables. The cables get bent 30,000 times and they mustn't break. So you can every time roll up your cable, throw it into your bag, take it out again, and it will work. And last not least, we are exercising drop tests for every product of Austrian Audio. In the case of the HX65, we let it drop from approx 2 meters to the concrete floor. I mean, honestly, we don't expect you to do that, but it happens, that you run away and you drop the headphone from the headphone stand or from the microphone stand, and it still needs to work, and it shouldn't have any dents or any mistakes on the material. But finally, it's all about the sound, because you want to have the perfect audio on your head. We have our own proprietary measurement system. It's called Aurora. The final product gets tested and it needs to meet the specification to very narrow tolerances. So we measure the frequency response, we could detect any distortion, and at the end of the day, you get every single product tested in the box before it leaves Vienna. If you look at the portfolio of our headphones, all Austrian Audio headphones have a unique design. And the design is not only about the look and feel of the product, but also about the comfortable wearing and how it sits on your head. We look at the clamp force so that you and I can wear it for hours and hours, keep working, without even noticing we have headphones on our head. And that's an important part. You mustn't touch too much of your front head because it would hurt after time. You need to have those very comfortable, slowly retaining memory foam that you don't feel the pressure on your ears. So our mechanical engineers take a very well look at how to design these products to make it a good product. Our products are made by professionals for professionals. And we're very, very happy to have great sound engineers who test our products because they don't want to live on a prayer. So let's visit Obie O'Brien, the producer of Bon Jovi, in his studio in Philadelphia.
Okay, I'm working on archiving a couple thousand tapes from the Bon Jovi locker. I'm working with a young artist named Anna Taylor. And I've got other artists that run the gamut of ages from young to old, who I like. You have the greatest job in the world. A lot of headphones out there. Some headphones do one or two things really well. You want a broader base. You want it to do everything well. And the first thing I noticed about them is they're built really well. You pick them up, you just feel the quality. The HI65, which is their open back, are great to mix with. I just want to go and listen, especially if I'm doing multiple delays and reverbs that are out to the sides. I want to hear, I want to get a sense of the nuances of it. If you can go from monitors to headphones and back to monitors, everything is right with the world. Because some of the headphones that you get are hyped either in the high end or the low end, and you get it, you go, oh man, this sounds great. And then you take it off and you go, oh, why doesn't it sound great here? Can't have that. Has to work. Monitors and headphones, they have to work together. And their headphones, they've got it right. Somebody figured it out. Whatever guy with a slide rule and his pencil figured out the way the driver should react, the housing that the driver sits in, how they seal on your ears. The actual earphone can move a little bit. The little wire they put there, they put a coil in it. Little stuff. There's a lot of science going on there. This isn't like, this is like difficult stuff, and they figured it out.
We have also visited Bernd Mazagg. He's the technical director and chief recording engineer of the Synchro Studios in Vienna. He recorded the soundtracks for real blockbuster movies, like Pacific Rim or Ghost in a Shell, and works with people like Hans Zimmer.
This is one of the biggest and best sounding scoring stages on the planet. And the next time we will have some feature films, a piano album, and we will have musical recordings again for video games. A production I will always remember was the first production. So my first production was with Hans Zimmer and Rupert Gregson-Williams for The Crown. Big names, so yes, this was a challenge. I use headphones the most when mixing and recording, because when you are in a recording session and you have to go let's say for the click bleed or something you really have to dive into and get very close, then the headphone is the tool to go for. And when mixing, I'm using it off to get this small micro balances where you really listen to your left ear and to your right ear if it's on both sides the same volume, or if you're on the road and you are not used to the control room you are mixing in, then your headphone is always your reference guide to what you hear in the room and what you're used to hear on your headphones. I'm very happy that an Austrian company is back on the pro audio market. The headphone is very good for listening to music and to judge music. It is really well balanced, very well crafted. Everything is where it should be. It should be light. And because I'm wearing glasses, it's very important that it's fitting perfectly on my ears. I think the HiX 65 headphones are very well balanced in the frequency response, and you get a very good feeling of an overall mix, how the mix is balanced, if everything is sitting in the right place. And what I also like is that you can wear them very long without getting listening fatigue. So you can really have them on your head and on your ears for hours without getting headache or something else. So I think they're really well balanced.
So this was episode 1 of Austrian Audio Backstage. I hope you have enjoyed the show, walking around with me a little bit in our factory. And if you don't want to miss any of our next shows, please subscribe our channel, give us a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell. Servus and goodbye.